I'm awesome. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you. Wonderful.
It's
Great
been
time for a Saturday, addressing the community as always. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, it's awesome to be here, and I love sharing the Databank.me vision and mission, and I hope to not only capture your mind, but capture your heart as well. I've been in the industry for about 30 years, and I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, as they say. And when I made a decision at about a little over 50 years old to start a company like this, I realized that it's going to be a huge responsibility. And to build a platform that first and foremost was designed to lift people out of poverty. One of the comments that I heard early on, Kalpesh, was by the founder of Overstock, and he said that this technology, blockchain technology, which is what we're going to talk about today, has the potential to lift more people out of poverty than any technology in history. And that grabbed me right there. It basically said, hey, Tom, this is a technology kind of like the internet that democratized, publishing. We now have a software that's going to democratize, the financial world, which has kind of been one-sided, and I've never really been a fan of banks. I've never been, a fan of this system, if you will. And to find a technology that has really freedom at the soul of it is really exciting to me, to be able to say I can own my money. I can own money that goes up in value. I can have an opportunity to create wealth, whether I'm starting with no shoes in the middle of Africa to being in a first world country and saying, I'm tired of going to work for 60 hours a week, to work, 40 years to live on $60,000 that after inflation is worth $30,000. We've all kind of been printed into poverty since the beginning of COVID, and we've seen the United States print more money in the last 4 years than it printed in the history of the world in its entirety. And that's shocking to me, only because I've seen the value of my dollar erode. And some of you that are in emerging growth countries are laughing your butts off. You're like, Tom, you don't know inflation. And you're right, we don't. But it just kind of magnifies the effect to me of how much this platform is going to be able to do, for people around the world. And so, we set out on a mission to build the world's largest marketplace that accepted cryptocurrency, because I believe that, if the crypto is not spendable, if it doesn't have a real use case, if it doesn't have a real purpose, then it's just a speculative gambling game, and I don't think that this industry is going to attract the masses unless somebody can go out and walk around the block and then be able to go buy a bottle of water, or whatever with that money that they've just earned, and so as we look at the concept of Databank.me today, we're taking it even one step further in that we're giving the ability to take back ownership of your data. I think we all know how prolific Amazon and Google and Facebook have become. You literally speak around your phone now, and you're seeing ads within 5 minutes of what you're talking about. And while that's kind of cool, it's kind of scary at the same time. It doesn't really bother me because I get to see stuff I'm interested in rather than, seeing, a makeup ad, which I don't wear makeup, so I don't know why I would see a makeup ad. So, I look at the technology and I've embraced it. But I've said, wow, these companies are getting very, very wealthy off of our data. Why can't we create some type of platform that enables people to collect their data like they do every day? You generate data every day, but what if we could actually collect it and put it in our own data vault, and we could sell it to advertisers? What's so different about that? I mean, Sharon, if you come up with a great idea and you patent it, you can sell that patent, right? Well, that's your intellectual property. And as I tell everybody that, when you look at Databank.me, you'll realize that the data that you're creating every day, I walked down to the grocery store to Publix earlier today and bought some items. There's somebody tracking that. Why can't I say, well, if I'm walking to Publix, why can't I tell them I'm going to go to the grocery store and they send me a coupon and I get paid for that, or I get some type of discount? And so the idea is for us to take back ownership of our data. And what's cool about our platform is you can build your bank account while you build your data bank. So with that said, if that resonates with you with the idea of saying, Tom, I'd like to be able to do the same things I'm doing every day, but I'd like to get paid for that instead of doing it for free, or worse yet, making somebody else rich off of my intellectual property, because your data is yours. I mean, you generate it, you should own it, and you should be able to profit from it. And that's kind of our thesis, if you will, in that regard. So let me go to screen share real quick, and I'll bring up my slide deck and we'll jump right into it. Fantastic. There we go. Awesome. Well, I'll just kick it off by saying, in a world like today, we've got to have legal statements. So if you'd like to screenshot this legal statement, our lawyer, we paid him big money to produce it. So we'd appreciate it if you read it, or at least take a picture of it, and I'll let him know that you did. But the idea is there's risk in the world, folks, and you really shouldn't do anything, where it's going to put you in a position where you can't recover, or you're struggling or whatever. But just please take a screenshot of that. We're not here to hurt anybody, but just understand that being an entrepreneur does require some type of risk, and you only risk what you'd be willing to lose. We've been at this for a while, and we have a track record, and I think after you see the presentation, we'll alleviate that risk. In fact, we've designed a system that has alleviated the risk. In fact, if you enroll 2 people, you have 0 risk and you have profit. Okay, so only 2 people. If you could show 2 people this presentation and they like it, you have no risk anymore. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. As I said today, I want to introduce you to Databank.me. Our core proposition is digital wallets hold your money, super wallets make you money. And the $1 million question, or the rhetorical question, is which one would you rather have? A wallet that just holds your money, or a wallet that makes you money? We're going to show you today, as I mentioned, how to get paid for living and building your data bank. Our slogan is, we're building a super wallet for living so you can get paid for life. And many of you travel, you game, you shop, you surf the internet, you check in at places, you don't mind. If you saw the latest Top Gun movie, you probably shared it with somebody. The big question is, did you get paid for that? Did your health club pay you for going there to work out today? Kalpesh, did your coffee, when you went and got your coffee this morning, did Starbucks give you a rebate? And actually they kind of do in a way, but did they give you the kind of rebate that we give you? So checking in at a location. How about driving? Do you all realize when you use those directional maps that those companies consider you data collection points, that you're actually mapping the world for them, and you're telling them your patterns so that they can serve up coupons to you? They're not just directional apps, folks. They're a little bit more than that, okay? And so as we get into it, I'm happy to announce that in January of 2022, we applied to the #1 pre-seed tech incubator in the world in Silicon Valley. And out of 450 applicants, only 20 graduated. It was an absolutely brutal 26-week program where I had to meet with almost 100 of the top business entrepreneurs. They said 50. I took it to a next level. I did close to 100 people that I pitched, had this whole business plan vetted, challenged every aspect of it. So I want you to know that there's the equivalent of an MBA put into this thing in designing this company. But the fact that we ranked #3 out of that many companies should give you some comfort. It's no guarantee that we would succeed because we went through Founder Institute, but the companies that come out in the top 5 do very, very well typically. So we are ranked a #3 Silicon Valley tech company, and it was a nice feather in our cap, and it was a proud moment when we moved up the ranks like we did with the company. And it's really on the merits of several things, and I would call it the team, the technology, and the market timing. And that's kind of what I'm going to break down for you today. Like I said, I want to capture your mind. I want you to say, okay, Tom, I want to make a business decision. Tell me what I should do. Tell me the facts, because I want to make business off of facts. But on the same side, and I think Kalpesh does an amazing job at it, in capturing your heart to realizing, hey, this is something I could get excited about too. So not only are you intellectually engaged, but you are emotionally engaged as well. And that's when you make money. You know, I think a lot of people, they'll get intellectually engaged on something and they'll overanalyze it and they'll never do anything, you know, in business. And then there's people that will get emotional about something and they'll run off into some deal that, you know, is promising them, you know, 10% a day, and they end up losing their money because they think it's a great deal. But you know, when you apply, when you're trying to figure out how they make that 10% a day, that's when it kind of becomes logical that it's probably not going to work. But anyway, when you look at you know, the industry that we're in the super wallet industry, and we didn't make up that term. And it's I think the easiest example for me to give you is when you have like WeChat started off as a chat app. They added a bunch of functions to it and it became a super app. Okay. So Uber did the same thing. The wallet industry is going to do the same thing. The wallet has not changed for 25 years. It just hasn't. I mean, it sends and receives your money. It holds your money. Oh yeah, you can pay bills with it now. But how about the idea of having a place where you can store your data? How about a place where you have an AI powered financial assistant, a hyper realized digital human being that can help you make better decisions? You realize that AI can do 40 things better than human beings. So if you're looking to make smart decisions in your life, you might want to embrace AI because it is proven. It can pass the bar exam. I couldn't. It could pass the medical exam in the United States. I can't. You know, it can play chess better than anybody in the world. I definitely can't do that. It beat the #1 Go player in the world. So where AI seems scary to some people, I embrace it because you know what? It's going to make me a smarter person. I'll embrace anything that helps me become smarter. Okay. So let's just put it out there like that. But anyway, we have some major market trends. This is a $1 trillion industry. I don't care if you're talking about the skin cream industry or the vitamin industry or the water filter industry or the mobile phone industry. Not all of them combined equal a $1 trillion industry. So just in the beginning, we're in an industry that's probably bigger than every network marketing industry combined. You know, when you look at the size of this industry, it's going to grow to $7 trillion, according to CB Insights, in the next 4 years now. That's $4 billion a day. There are some industries that aren't even $4 billion big. Okay. So we're in a really huge space. And we have found a model that really works. In fact, we've attracted some pretty serious people, and I'm hoping we'll have a major announcement for you coming up very soon. But the biggest and the best are looking at us saying, wow, this company has cracked the code on finding people that want to be involved in the crypto industry. Okay. And when you look at the future of super wallets, the timing that you have to pay attention to, and where I want to get you intellectually engaged right now, smartphones. Think about this for a minute. $1 trillion in mobile transactions were done last year. 70% was done by Africa. 70%. Yet here's the killer. Only 20% of Africans have a smartphone. And smartphones are adopting at 5 to 8% per year in Africa. And what happens when 40% of Africa is online? And this doesn't take into account India. This doesn't take into account the Middle East, Asia, you know, where many of the statistics are the same. And high-speed internet. Let's look at what Elon Musk is doing. You can now take this satellite to the top of Mount Everest and you can have 153 megabyte download service. You can take it to the middle of the Sahara Desert and have 153 megabyte download service. You can put it out in the middle of the ocean and you can have 150. It's amazing. High speed internet is another one of those market drivers that's going to take our company to the next level. And then of course, cryptocurrency. We've all heard about it, but I think you would be blown away to know that only 6% of the world has a cryptocurrency wallet. And that's rapidly going to change, because as everybody around the world, when that smartphone drops below $30 to be manufactured, every corporation in the world is going to be giving away smartphones for free. We might have an exciting announcement like that coming up too. But anyway, I've got a few things up my sleeve that I can't wait to tell you. But anyway, cryptocurrency, we're looking at mass adoption within 5 years. You know why? because everybody's going to have smartphones in 5 years and everybody's going to have high-speed internet access. And guess what operates on the smartphone really well? Digital wallets, crypto wallets. Every mobile phone. If you were thinking, I asked one of my advisors the other day, I said, Christina, if you could buy a bank right now or a smartphone company, which would you rather own? You know what she told me? She goes, I'd rather have a mobile phone company because that's the industry that's going to wipe out the banking industry. Because where are your eyeballs? Are they at your bank teller? No, many of you are locked out of your banks right now. See what's going on in Lebanon and several other countries right now. Banks are literally not letting people get their money anymore. That's how bad off it's getting. We have 278 banks in the United States that are on the edge of default right now. That's scary. Okay. And so I want to tell you, we've got an amazing team. We've got some really stellar individuals. Everybody knows the legend, Kalpesh Patel, one of the top 12 earners in the direct sales industry. Our tech team, I can't tell you how many hours they work, but I think we set a record this week and how much we worked, but just very dedicated. Jeff Barnes, former nuclear engineer, Fortune 500 M&A specialist, has his own company, CEO Angel Network, and he's a dear friend of mine. But the real secret weapon that we have that we're working on, and we're going to invest probably $250,000 in this year alone, and that is Brittany, our hyper-realized digital human. And very soon you all will get to meet her. We're getting her digitized right now. She is a real person. She is a friend of mine. And when you connect ChatGPT to this hyper-realized digital human, you have somebody that can answer about any question you want to know in life. Okay, maybe not the meaning of life, but probably could answer that. But this digital human will write compelling content for you, conduct webinars, answer customer service questions in 40 different languages, detect fraud, pay commissions, help you collect, organize, and analyze your data, and even bring advertisers to the table to be able to do that. And here's the killer. What puts a lot of companies out of business is when they do become very successful, they scale too fast and they can't afford the growth and they end up imploding. Well, I've got good news for you. Brittany is going to run 90% of the operations. And by the time we're done with her this year, she will run 50% of the company. Right now, she's hooked up to ChatGPT. Right now, she can answer over 1,000 questions on 300 different topics. And the more you all start using her, the smarter she's going to become, because she's built on machine learning. So she's going to be a real asset for you. And I think one day Brittany will pop up on your phone and she'll say, oh, Tom, you're probably out of dog food because you bought it 27 days ago. And I've analyzed your dog food buying habits and you buy it about every 27 days. Because my dogs eat the same amount every day. Do you know that? They each get a scoop of food. So chances are I'm running out every 27 days. But that's a blessing, because I might be near a grocery store when she says that. In fact, she might know I'm near a grocery store. In fact, she might have a coupon that I can use at that grocery store. And you think about that. I live 20 minutes from a grocery store. So if I get home and my dogs are staring at me like, we're out of dog food, they're eating out of the refrigerator that night, because I am not doing a 1 hour round trip, trip to go get them dog food. They're going to eat good that night. But anyway, Brittany, I'm very excited about that, because she doesn't need a vacation. She doesn't need benefits. She works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anyway, amazing advisory firm that we have. Several of them are investors in the company. We've got New York Times bestselling authors. We've got Uber networkers. We've got Forbes top 30 under 30. We've got Olympic athletes with 2 silver medals. Lindsay's going to be working with me on the Passion Project program. Got a great lawyer. With a tech advisor team is world-class. Professor of blockchain technology from one of the largest universities in the United States. We've got experts in metaverse, a digital payments expert, cybersecurity. Sunil Sharma was the former head of product development for Facebook, what we all know as Meta today. He's now the head of compliance at Circle Financial, and is doing some incredible things with us. I look forward to kind of bringing those out in the near future. But anyway, as I said, we want you to be able to build your bank account and your data bank with us. And I'll explain a little bit more on that. But the reality is, if you don't think your data is valuable, guess what? Big tech is very happy that you think that way, because they're becoming trillion-dollar companies and you're not, okay? Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google, 3 times larger than one of the largest companies in the world that's been around for 100 years, ExxonMobil. These companies in 25 years have become 3 times bigger. Guess what they're making all their money off of? Your data, okay? They are data collection machines. And the joke, for 25 years, we thought we were searching Google, when in fact they were searching us. And that's the reality. I'm excited to tell you today that we are building the world's first data-backed cryptocurrency. Every single one of you are going to have a data vault. You already do. We're going to tie it to an NFT address, and you may not know what that means, but that NFT address is going to allow you to sell access to your data. And if you sell access to your data, that means somebody's paying you, okay? And we're talking about breaking your data. You'll have a data vault here. Within the next few weeks, we'll be releasing it. You'll be able to log into your data vault, and you'll be able to see your personal data, your business data, your geolocational data, your health data, which is super valuable. If you have any idea, the fact that the medical industry keeps it from you, like they do, tells you how valuable it is. Okay, they don't even want you to have access to it. Try and get your medical records, at least all of them. Try and get surgery reports. Try and get all that stuff. Good luck. Okay, but the first phase of our business plan is we're going to build our company to 1 million people. So for the next year, we're going to be rewarding you to build your data bank, and I'm going to show you how we're doing that in just a minute. But once we have 1 million people in there, then we're going to launch our ad engines. We're going to reach out to ad agencies. We're going to reach out to corporations. We're going to reach out to healthcare companies, pharmaceutical companies, anti-aging companies has already approached us. We've got an internet device that's already approached us. They are very interested in what we're doing because they know you collect data every day. They know we're rewarding you to do that. And they want to be able to say, hey, I'm looking for a 55-year-old male that has diabetes, that wears a fitness tracker, that wants to lose weight. Okay, we'll be able to say, well, we have 32,000 of those people in our database, and here's the price to advertise it to them. Here's the only big difference. Instead of the company keeping all the money, we're going to be doing a 70-30 split. You get 70%, not the company. You get 70%, company gets 30%. And if you say, hey, Tom, I don't want any advertisers, I just want to collect my data, I don't want to make money off of it. Well, good news. We are a privacy first experience, which means you decide that, not the company. Okay. So if you want to download your data, you want to delete it, maybe one day you want to upload that data into a digital avatar that you've created because you want that digital avatar to know your whole personality and your buying habits and all that. This thing that we're creating for you, you will see 5 years out, it's going to be of use more than you know. Okay. And so, the one thing I tell people about our business model is we're not better than Bitcoin, but we damn well have a better business model than Bitcoin. Okay. And here's why. Number one, our token is very easy to mine. How many of you are Bitcoin miners? I bet less than 10 people on this entire webinar are Bitcoin miners. Why? Because it's complicated. How many of you can actually put on a fitness tracker and walk around the block? Raise your hand. I'll bet all of you are raising your hand right now. Okay. Well, when you exchange energy for value, you're mining tokens. Okay. So I think one thing that makes us better than Bitcoin is our token is easier for people to gain access to because you're already doing these activities every day. Okay. And then the second thing is having that usability. Bitcoin really doesn't have usability. I mean, I pay my AT&T phone bill with it every month. AT&T allows you to pay with Bitcoin. A lot of people don't know that. But other than that, it's very difficult to spend. We're going to make it easy for you. Okay. As easy as pulling out a debit card and going and spending against your cryptocurrency. All right. I wasn't even supposed to announce that yet. But anyway, I'll take that back. Anyway, we got some cool stuff going on there. I'll let you know. A little hint. But anyway, the idea of, being able to have token burning, an incentive for you to be able to retain your tokens. There's a real good reason why you don't want to be selling your tokens right now. And that is because when you buy a plus subscription or pay a renewal with DBME, 15% of that goes to the buy side of the exchange. So when somebody plunks down, $150, we automatically buy, $22.50 on PancakeSwap. So everybody that joins increases the price of our token. And then the next cool thing about it is everybody who joins also reduces our supply. So we're going to take 70% of the token. Let's say that 15%, let's just hypothetically say $22.50 bought 1 million tokens. Okay. We're going to use 700,000 of those to upgrade your subscription. So in that business use case, we're using it as a utility token to upgrade, kind of like a video game. You want to upgrade to the next level, you gotta use those tokens that you've earned. Well, with us, we're going to use 700,000 of those million tokens to upgrade your subscription. Then we're going to burn 90% of those. So out of the 700,000 that you bought, the million you bought, we use 700,000, we burn 630,000. Okay. So when you think about that's like everybody who joins makes the token go up and makes the supply go down. Well, we all went to, you didn't have to go to economics to understand this. If you had a lemonade stand out in the hot sun, you understood this. Okay. When you have increasing demand and decreasing supply, on a lemonade stand, if the heat is increasing every day, people are coming to your lemonade stand and you have less and less lemonade, you can charge a little bit more for it, right? That's when you get real price appreciation, is when you have increasing demand and decreasing supply. This is the essence of the deflationary economy. By the way, we're not the only ones doing this. Binance is doing it. Ethereum is doing it. I think Pepe is doing it. I think it's a deflationary meme token. The companies that have cracked the code have said, we want a currency that goes up in value so our prices can decrease in value. And that's the exact opposite of what's happening to you all right now. Your money's losing value and the prices of your products are going up. We've got something so much better than that. Okay. We have the opposite side of the coin. I want my money to go up in value and I want the price of my damn eggs to go back down, right? They're getting kind of expensive. So when you look at our product, it's very simple to understand. Now, cryptocurrency takes a little bit of education, hour, 2 hours. If you're slow, maybe 5 hours. Okay. But what's cool about our company is it's easier to do a transaction than it is to explain it. Have any of you ever figured that out? I used to try and explain to Bitcoin. I don't even do it anymore. I go, dude, pull out your wallet, download blockchain.com. I'm going to send you $1 in Bitcoin, and then I'm going to explain how it happened. And I can explain Bitcoin in 5 or 10 minutes to somebody doing that. Whereas if I don't do that, I could talk for an hour or two and they look at me and go, yeah, sounds like a scam, but when they actually see it work, they go, wow, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I just sent you money without using a bank. Do you remember sometime in the 90s, this thing called email came out and we were sending communications to people without using a post office? That was like revolutionary. But I will tell you the difference between that disruption and this disruption is the difference of about 3 zeros. It's going to be trillions and trillions of dollars of disruption in the financial space. The publishing industry is a speck compared to the financial space. So anyway, our product, the vision, you bring your digital wallet. What do you do when you buy a mobile phone? What's the first thing you do? You go to the app store to download your apps, right? Well, you're going to have a digital wallet with us. Or you can bring your own to the table. But we'll tell you, we might have a wallet coming very soon that you don't even have to have a wallet. It just gets set up automatically for you. But here's the cool thing about this. You bring your wallet to our website, you connect it, you have access to be able to exercise and earn rewards. You have the ability to check in at your favorite business destinations and earn rewards. By the way, all of these are collecting data, folks, and it's going into your data vault. You get to search the web We do that every day. I've done it 100 times today. I didn't get paid. I did because I used my search for some of it. The marketplace, we have the ability to shop. We have the ability to refer a provider and actually make money. What if Jeff Bezos told you back in 97, Kalpesh, I'll give you a percentage of every sale of every provider you refer to Amazon for life. Okay, that would be huge, you know. And then we have our brand ambassador program. Some of you say, Tom, this is cool enough to share. I think I heard Sharon one day say that she says, this is like a really cool opportunity that I'm proud to show my face and say, hey, I love being a part of this company. You know why? Nobody's ever heard of a super wallet. And everything that I've told you is 100% correct. You know, you can't deny the market timing. We got an amazing team. The technology, we're in 1.0 right now. We're kind of in that pre-launch stage. And hey, you get glitches when you come into that phase, but the vision of what we're building is solid, and version 2.0 is going to blow your mind. But anyway, we got a DApp store. We've got Brittany. I've talked about the digital human assistant. I mean, I will tell you in 5 years, these things are going to be your therapists. They're going to make you feel better when you're down. They're going to be able to help. They'll tell you anything you want to know. Okay. They'll tell you you're great every day if you want them to. I like that. Anyway, but the My Data Vault, remember, all the data that's generated by these apps goes into your data vault. Okay, you own it. I'm going to zoom through this. I know Kalpesh is going to touch on it a little bit more and talk about his excitement of our different apps. You surf the internet every day. With Databank.me, you get paid. You'll be able to answer questions and do surveys. You know, how many times you've been in the mall and somebody walked up and said, can I do a survey with you? We'll give you $25. They do that in the United States. Well, with this, you'll be able to earn anywhere from $50 to $5,500 answering questions that build your intellectual property in your data vault. That's powerful. How about the idea of having a brand ambassador program where you say, you know what, this is as cool as Top Gun. I want to be able to share it with everybody I know. And that's kind of the way I am. I go to the gym. I go to 4 different workout places per week, and I hand out business cards to people. And I say, you want to get paid for exercising? This has got to be the easiest thing to share with people. I mean, it's like you share, you know, weight loss with people. They're like, what? What, you think I'm fat? You know, no. I just thought maybe you'd like some weight loss stuff. You know, that's kind of uncomfortable, you know, to do that. But, you know, when you think about my fitness app, exercise, just walk around the block. We have some people that are confined to wheelchairs. You know what they do? They shake, they exercise their arms. They do arm curls, and they can earn points. So there's all kinds of different exercises. I've heard all kinds of stories of how people are gaining their points. I don't want to get into it, but shopping, the shopping app, the marketplace, an Amazon style marketplace where this crypto you're earning. Do you realize we have one of the first full-blown ecosystems in the world for cryptocurrency, where not only can you earn the crypto, you can sell it on PancakeSwap, you can spend it on my marketplace. Hopefully you're smart enough to save it so you can become wealthy, you know, because I believe we're going to do in 5 years what it took Bitcoin to do, because we have a better business model. This is easier for people. How many of you don't understand what I've told you? I mean, you walk every day. We're just going to reward you for building that data bank. Okay. How about the idea of having a DApp store where you can connect games and all kinds of cool things, driving apps and travel apps that make you money? There may be a day very soon where you're doing this full time and you're making money off of your data. There may be a day soon where your avatar is going to work for you. Your digital human is going to work for you while you stay home and build its knowledge base. That's the future. You may not think so, but it's coming. Just watch Hollywood. Hollywood predicts everything. We've got a rewards app where you can see all the earnings that you have. But anyway, to recap everything, I'm going to turn it over to Kalpesh. I think you can tell how excited I am about this opportunity. I look at how we're going to impact the world and how enthusiastic. I see Oak Woodley's picture on there every day with his Pacers uniform on, and he's out there exercising with his fitness tracker, and he's getting his points on. He's burning it and earning it. And I love that. You know, I love seeing that around the world. But I also liked seeing the story of Gretchen, who said she bought her first gas stove because of the money, the direct instant commission. The same day she made the money, she was able to go buy a gas stove, and she was able to boil water for the first time in her house, in the Philippines. House, dirt floor. She has a stove now. And her comment was she could eradicate disease now. That was so powerful for me. I just started thinking about the impact of what we're going to do in Nigeria, 220 million people in the state the size of Texas. It's going to explode in Nigeria. It's exploding in Ghana. It's exploding. I mean, we have triple digit growth right now in so many different countries. It's insane. But when you look at the smart contract, we pay you 70% instant commissions. Cal Pesh is going to do a much better job explaining that. All I can tell you is the company doesn't touch your money. You get paid directly from the blockchain. That alone should tell you 70% of the risk is alleviated right there. And then we've got a mobile business. I know that 88% of you use your mobile phone for this business. We've got 5 income streams, lots of ways to make money. Okay. Hey, if you want to do this casually and just tell a few friends about it, great. If you want to build a freaking empire and open your city, in your country, in your continent, arms wide open for you. We love you. Okay. But digital products, how about the idea of everything we have is digitally delivered? So you all are plugging into the Amazon of digital wallets, where as our network gets bigger, companies are going to be knocking down our door to get their products into our distribution network. And, we're going to be able to create great deals for you. And we create that great deal for you, and you can start selling it to other people, and your team can start selling it to other people. All of a sudden, overnight, you get a raise. Every time we release a new product, you are going to get a raise if you're out there building your Databank.me economy. But hey, Super Wallet users get paid for generating data, traveling, driving, shopping, surfing the internet, gaming, exercising. Why would you want to do it for free when you can get paid by Databank.me? Beginning the journey is really easy. Just enroll for free, set your PIN, connect your wallet. We credit $25 to your account. What if somebody told you to do that, Sue, in 2009, 2010 with Bitcoin? Hey, Sue, just log into this website, set your PIN and connect your wallet, and we're going to give you $25 of Bitcoin. Sue wouldn't be on this webinar today because she'd be sitting on her own private island, because that $25 would be worth about $10 million today. So some of you are going to walk away and you won't even do that. And I will tell you this. So one thing my dad told me, actually, you can't pay your life with regrets. Sometimes you got to take a little bit of risk. Sometimes you got to say, hey, I missed Bitcoin. I'm not going to miss Databank.me. You're on a webinar today. Congratulations. We want you to learn about the future of super wallets, which you've done. We want you to start earning and redeeming data rewards. Purchase that that subscription to the supercharge your super wallet, and become an ambassador for Databank.me and start sharing it with your friends and family. Folks, get back with the person who invited you today. I'm going to turn it over. If you're interested in making money, stick around. If you have a friend that is not on the webinar and you want to call them right now and show them that they can make some money with you, get them online with you right now. Share that link with them. But we're building a super wallet for living so you can get paid for life. And it's been a pleasure giving you the presentation today. Sorry I ran over a little bit, but I'm just super passionate about what we're doing. And I hope I connected with your heart. I hope I connected with your mind. And I hope you're motivated to change the world and put a positive dent in the world with this company. Thanks, everyone.